Hey guys, Mark here. I hope you are well. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a fairly exotic pair of macrame anklets. Here you can see a couple of these anklets in action. Let's now take a look at the supplies, then make our own. As far as supplies go, our main supply is going to be soft cotton cord. This one here has a diameter of 3 mm. You can easily use cord 4 mm or even 5 in diameter. As long as it is soft and you have enough of it, it's going to work. For this project, we're going to need to cut two different lengths of cords. First, two cords, each about 3 feet long. These are our main cords and are used to attach our working cords and to tie on our anklet. Secondly, we're going to use a number of working cords, in my case about a foot long each. These are going to form the knots and the tassels. Optionally, you can use a bit of wood glue on your finishing knots to help them hold a bit better. Since wood glue is usually white, it doesn't really stand out. Another optional supply are beads. These can beautify your project and customize it. And our final supply is a pair of scissors used to cut our cords. Let's begin tying. We're going to begin tying by taking our two long pieces of cord. Then we're going to join two ends together. Here you can use a bunch of different knots. In my case, a simple overhand will do. So a loop, and you feed the two ends through. Tighten up, and repeat on the other side. So again, a simple loop, feed the ends through, and tighten up. Like this. Next, I'm going to fold my two base strands in half. Then, I'm going to prepare a bunch of working cords. In my case, they are about a foot long, and I'm going to be using an even number. In my case, 22. Take one, fold it in half, and attach it onto your base strands using a lark's head knot. So you feed the bight under your base strands, and then the two ends into the bight, like this, and tighten up. So this is one strand. I need to attach the remaining 21, making sure that both of these ends are of equal length. So I'm going to attach half onto the right side of the middle and half onto the left side. About half. After attaching my cords, I'm going to tie 3 rows of square knots. So first, the first row, take 4 strands, separate the outer 2. Take the left strand, pass it under the 2 middle ones and over the right strand. Take the right strand over the top and into the loop on the left. Tighten up like this and pull on the 2 middle strands just to get a nice and consistent half knot. Take the right strand, pass under the 2 middle strands over the left strand. Take the left strand, pass over the top into the loop on the right. Tighten up firmly and again pull on the 2 middle strands. Like this. Take the next 4 strands and repeat. Separate the outer 2. Take the left one, under 2 and over the right strand. The right strand passes over the top into the loop on the left side. Tighten up and pull on the 2 middle strands as well. Then take the right strand, under 2, over the left strand, take the left strand, over the top, into the loop on the right. Tighten up firmly and pull on the 2 middle strands to get a nice and consistent knot. And again, we're going to do this with all of our strands. After tying the first row of knots, we're going to begin the second row. The second row of knots is tied in between the knots of the first row. So how do we do this? We take 2 strands from our first knot and 2 from the second knot. We leave the first 2 strands untouched. Then we simply tie a square knot. Take the outer 2 strands and separate them. Take the left one, under 2, over the right strand. Then the right strand passes over the top into the loop on the left. Tighten up, again also pulling on the two middle strands. Then take the right strand under two over the left strand. Take the left strand over the top into the loop on the right. Like this, and again tighten up. Pull on the two middle strands, and our first knot in the second row is complete. Pick up the next two strands from our second knot and the two strands from our third square knot. Then again tie a square knot, separating the two outer strands, taking the left one under two and over the right strand. The right strand passes over the top into the loop on the left. Tighten up, also pulling on the two middle strands. Take the right strand under two and over the left strand. Take the left strand over the top into the loop on the right. Tighten up, and again also pull on the two middle strands. And that's the second knot in the second row complete. Let's do one more for good measure. So take two strands which are remaining in the third knot and bring two from the fourth square knot. Separate the outer two and tie a square knot. Take the left strand under two over the right strand. Take the right strand over two, over the top and into the loop on the left. Tighten up. Again pulling on the two middle strands. Take the right strand under two over the left strand. Take the left strand over the top into the loop on the right. Tighten up and also pull on the middle strands. So that's the second row. This is what you should have after completing the second row. Two strands on each side were not used. We're going to do the third row exactly the same way as the second row. So in between the knots of the previous, so second row, we take two strands from our first square knot and two from the second square knot. Then we simply tie a square knot. like this. Again, the first two strands from the second row are not going to be used on either side. And repeat with two strands coming from the second square knot and two strands coming out of the third square knot. Tie another square knot. Like this. Keep doing this until you fill out the third row. After completing the third row, we're going to begin finishing our project. So, first trim your ends to the same size. After trimming the ends to the same length, I'm going to break them up. To do this, I usually use a spike or a needle. And you do this with all of your ends. After unraveling all of the ends, our project is pretty much complete. One final thing that you can do is apply a bit of glue onto the ends where they come out of the square knots. So, on the back side, where they come out, you place a tiny bit of glue onto your ends. After making a pair of these, you put them on just like you tie your shoes. So guys, that's it for today's video. Enjoy your anklets, thank you for joining me and see you next time.